So we have here parentheses m to the fifth n to the negative 6 close parentheses to the negative 2 power divided by parentheses 4m to the negative 5 n to the 6 close parentheses cubed. So you want to remember your order of operations. So we have here a group in the numerator, and the group in the numerator, we have it being raised to a power. So there's our exponent. So let's evaluate the numerator first, which is being taken to the negative 2 power. So that's our power rule, which basically means we have m to the fifth power times negative 2, n to the negative 6 times negative 2. I'll continue on with simplifying the numerator. So that gives me m to the negative 10 times n to the 12th. Okay, in the denominator, same kind of deal. You have to a power, so you want to take that power over the product. Simplify your denominator first. So 4 is being raised to the first power. So essentially we have 4 to the first power times 3, m to the negative 5 power times 3, and n to the 6th power times 3. All right, so we have 4 cubed, m to the negative 15, n to the 18th. All right. In fact, if you want to write 4 cubed as 64, let's do that. All right, now there's multiple ways you could approach this. You can do the quotient rule by subtracting your exponents. You can take reciprocals first and then simplify. So I'm just going to apply the quotient rule. So 64 is going to stay in the denominator. So we have m to the negative 10 minus negative 15. And we have n to the 12th minus 18. So that gives me, remember, the negative 10 plus 15. That's what we get for the exponents for m. So you have m to the fifth. And then 12 minus 8 is n to the negative 6 over 64. And then you want to take n to the negative 6 across the fraction bar so that we get m to the fifth over 64 n to the sixth. Okay, let's take a look at this question on the right here. We have in parentheses m to the negative 4 n to the fifth p cubed over n to the negative 2 p to the negative 3. Close parentheses, all of that taken to the 4th power. So go ahead and pause the video and try this, and then we'll do it together. Okay, so let's do this together. We have here our order of operations says simplify inside of parentheses. So we're going to do that first. So we can either do reciprocals or we can do the quotient rule. This time I'm going to start with taking m to the negative 4 across the fraction bar. And then I'll do the same thing in the denominator, n to the negative 2 and p to the negative 3 across the fraction bar. So I'm going to rewrite this, starting with the numerator, n to the fifth, p cubed, stay, m to the 4th is in the denominator. So now if I go to the denominator, n squared is going to go to the numerator. P cubed is going to go to the numerator. So I rewrote my question with all positive exponents. And now from here, I actually have in the numerator, I have a product of n to the fifth and n squared, which means we add the exponents, n to the fifth plus 2, and then the same thing for p cubed and p cubed, you add the exponents. So our numerator is n to the 7th, p to the 6th, and the denominator, we still have m to the 4th. And all of that is being raised to the 4th power. If you did it differently, that's okay, but let's see if we got the same answer. So now, outside of parentheses, we have exponents. When we take powers to a power, that means we're multiplying our exponents. So essentially we're saying n to the 7th to the 4th, p to the 6th to the 4th, m to the 4th to the 4th. You have to multiply your exponents. So n to the 28th power times p to the 24th power divided by m to the 16th power. All right, so in summary, I want to just take a look at how the laws of exponents maps onto the order of operations. Okay, we saw we had groups, right? Groups tends to be recognizable when we have parentheses, a numerator, denominator, etc. All right, after we simplify our groups, then we go to simplifying exponents, right? Whenever we are simplifying expressions with exponents, we're looking at the power rule, which means we're multiplying the exponents. Okay, so we're going to have the exponent outside of parentheses probably. Then multiplying and dividing. Okay, when we're multiplying, that means we're doing the product rule. We're adding exponents. If we're dividing, we're using the quotient rule. We're subtracting exponents. Okay, and then lastly, we haven't actually been adding or subtracting, which will be we're combining like terms by adding coefficients. So we haven't been doing that. We've only been doing the first three. So remember to use your order of operations and think about how the order of operations and the laws of exponents works together.